That's where I want it to be. That's why I pointed there. Okay, so minus the 3 over. Oh, geez, what is happening? Negative x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. Okay, so then my A is negative 1, my B is 2, and my C is negative 3. So find my discriminant. Find my discriminant and tell me how many answers that discriminant tells me the graph or the equation will have and what type they are. This lesson has a little bit new, but it's almost like a review within a review. Landon, you with us? Yeah. That's a very pretty flower you're drawing. Yeah. Everybody's finding their discriminant, and they're going to tell me how many answers it has and what type. Negative 1. I think I got negative 8. What'd you get, negative 11? Yeah. Oh, you mixed up your B, or you put A there, not B. This part's right, but that should be 2 squared. Like B, does that make sense? Yeah. That's not your negative 8. Oh, so we put in the 2 for B. Yeah. Okay. Javani with us? So, do you remember what question I asked? Oh, because I know you can do discriminant. I've watched you do it lots of times. You're just finding this discriminant. Right? Put your B in, your A in, your C in. Can you put your phone away? And if you need a calculator, they're over there. Did you get it already? Yeah. Okay. You guys get it over here already? You guys get it over here already? Negative 8. Yeah. Good. Catching on okay? Yeah. We've got calculators over there if you want to try one. Okay, so what does the negative discriminant tell me? 2 imaginary. Yep, very good. 2 imaginary. So okay, so now let's go from here. When my discriminant's negative, like this, then how do we want to solve this? What's the easiest method? Do you remember? Quad formula. So my quadratic formula, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of the discriminant all over 2a. So x equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 8 all over 2 times negative 1. Okay, I've got our acronym up here, the DIRRS, DIRS, okay? We did discriminant. We identified which form we need to do. We replaced our A, our B, and our discriminant. Now we're on reduce. So what should I do before I even do a factor tree? What should I reduce out of the radical? Yeah, the negative. Make it the I. Good. So x equals negative 2 plus or minus I square root of 8 over negative 2. How did I get negative 2 on the bottom? Peyton, how did I get negative 2 on the bottom? Where did that come from? If this was the step before? Got it. 2 times negative 1. I times them. Perfect.
And can 8 be reduced?
Heck yeah. So I split it into 4 and 2. 2 and 2. Very good, Vess. Pair of 2s. These are my favorite ones
because I don't have to worry about which number is outside or inside because they're the same number, right? So it's going to be, can I write it? I wish I wrote smaller, but oh well. I'm going to write it over here. X equals -2 plus or minus 2i root 2 over -2. So pause there for a second. How on earth do I graph that? What, Taylor?
I said you don't problem solve.
He thinks he's being sassy, but he's correct.
What?
What's the definition of an imaginary number? Non-graphable numbers. Right? Non-graphable numbers. So he thinks he's being sassy by saying you don't, but guess what? You don't. If my solutions are imaginary, it has no x-intercepts. I'm going to say that again. If my solutions are imaginary, it has no x-intercepts. Yeah, does that make sense? You with me? Tommy, you with me? My solutions are imaginary. It has no x-intercepts. We're good? Hooray! Okay, any questions? Okay, let's do another one. I think you guys are ready to do one on your own. I believe. What should I do first? Please, no. Your break, there we go, equals 0. Can I help you with the equals 0 step? I'll just one time. Okay, when I minus the x, because I think some of you guys are going to get confused. Because what's x minus x? Yeah, so this one, the middle term vanishes once I make it equal 0. The middle term vanishes once I equal 0. So that's my big hint to you on how to solve it, okay? But I still want you to find the discriminant because we're relating that to the graph. You got it? Okay, I'm going to come around and help, but I want you to find the discriminant, say how many solutions and what type, then solve it and try and plot your x-intercepts. Good? Okay, I'm going to come around and help while you work on that.